Oh shit, boys, look at this. Look at what we have done. God damn. What's up, Flying Trickster here? I just want to say it's good to be back, and I'm back uploading more videos. My computer is a living potato, so excuse the poor frame rates and poor graphics on this one. I do need to get a new computer. So today we will be playing War Thunder, and we'll be playing as the Germans. Today we'll be taking out the Panzerforce.
Ade, mein liebes Schätzelein, ade, ade, ade. Es muss geschieden sein, ade, ade, ade. Es ist um Deutschland Gloria, Gloria, Gloria. Die heißt Victoria, die heißt Victoria.
So this little beast, this tank absolutely destroys, and I think it's one of the best tanks. Before I get any flack, it's just my personal opinion. I think this is one of the best tanks for the tier it's at because of its armor. You can angle its armor and actually protects you from shots. It actually has pretty decent armor. Another thing about it is it's fairly nimble. You can move around fairly fast, but not as fast as some of the American tanks that can easily flank around you and pick you off like it's a scene from friggin' Fury. But it's good for what it is, and it's got a pretty decent. Well, everybody has a decent, other than the British, gun on their tank because the Brits take like as many shots as possible. Because the only way you're going to kill something as the Brits in this game is if you knock the crew out completely, which is pretty ridiculous. You'll sit there for hours trying to destroy one tank if you don't know where the crew is. But as the Germans, you have a decent gun, and in this tier, everything is pretty much a one shot or a two shot at least. Like you barely fire more than three unless you miss. So a fair bit of history about the Panzer IV is that it was developed in the 1930s and used extensively in the Second World War. It was a pretty innovative design. Um, about 85,000 were built, or 8,500 were built. And a lot of them were used to fight other tanks. So the main strategy when you're in the German tanks or when you're playing a German tank in War Thunder is to lean back and snipe because you have the worst armor out of all the different factions. So actually, what you want to do is let the British tanks tank a lot of the damage because they have very good armor and they have very good speed too. So they should hold off the front lines as the German tanks snipe. If you're unfamiliar, we're playing Tank Arcade, so it's a mix of the four different nations there are, or five, or how many different nations there are. There's like Japan, Germany, Russia, Germany, Britain. They all have their certain tanks, and they all have their advantages and disadvantages. So yeah, the advantages of German tanks is they have low armor, low speed. Britain's way faster than their tanks, and so are the Americans. But they have very good guns, and often their tanks are glass cannons, which I really like. Um, as you can see, I just hang back and snipe all the Britain tanks because they're rushing our position because they want it so badly. Because their tickets are counting down, which is the red in their bar is there and we're blue. And what happens is we let the British rush and they capture the control point, and the German tanks just hung back and just sniped all the British tanks. But as you can see later in the game, they tried flanking, which was actually pretty effective because it destroyed a lot of our German tanks. But it was too late. Like we won this game. It was pretty good. I got a lot of kills actually. I think I got 14, and I just end up sniping them off one by one because they didn't attack all together as one unit. They came out one or two at a time, which is enough for me to reload and keep firing, which is just picking them off, which is lowering their counter. And it was like this endless cycle of British tanks and American tanks and German tanks just coming. Um, yeah. So yeah, I think that if you were to play this game and if you were to explore the German tech tree, this is a pretty decent tank for what it is, and I dare say it's the best low tier tank. For what I have right now, it's probably the best tank. Um, just the fact that I can take a lot of damage and dish out a lot of damage. Um, and it has a very good fire rate too, which is hard to ignore, especially for German tanks. They often have long reload times, especially if you play a tank destroyer. Um, which is actually going to lead me to my next video, is I think I'm going to make a tank destroyer video if this one does well. So please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy War Thunder gameplay. And I think I'm just going to let the rest of this game play out.